In Alaska's vast and unforgiving wilderness, hunters face conditions where the wrong choice of gear can mean the difference between success and danger. In this video, we're looking at 5 legendary calibers that generations of Alaskan hunters have relied on, not as a guide on how to use them, but as an educational look at their history, reputation, and why they've earned such trust in life-or-death situations. This is about storytelling, legacy, and the unique role these calibers play in Alaska's hunting culture. Number 5. 3006 Springfield. Alaska's wilderness demands a reliable caliber, and the 3006 Springfield is a favorite for its all-around performance. Hunters trust this century-old round for moose, black bears, and caribou because it delivers solid power without overwhelming recoil. In Alaska's remote bush, where resupply is tough, you'll find .3006 ammo in every general store from Anchorage to small villages. It shoots a 180-grain bullet at about 2,700 feet per second, generating nearly 2,900 foot-pounds of energy, making it effective up to 400 yards with proper shot placement. Guides praise its versatility. Whether you're stalking moose in thick alders or aiming at caribou across open tundra, it gets the job done. For ethical kills, pair it with premium bullets like Nosler Partition for deep penetration. Hunters say it's forgiving for newer shooters, as its moderate kick lets you practice without flinching. However, it's not perfect. In life-or-death grizzly encounters, its stopping power can feel underpowered compared to heavier calibers, especially at close range. It also drops more at long distances, so you'll need to master holdovers for shots past 300 yards. Still, the 3006's balance of availability, affordability, and performance makes it a go-to for Alaska's unpredictable hunts. Always practice safe handling. Keep your rifle unloaded until ready to shoot, and study moose or bear anatomy for precise shots to avoid dangerous wounded animals. Pros: widely available, moderate recoil, versatile for most Alaskan game, affordable ammo, good for beginners. Cons: less stopping power for big bears, noticeable bullet drop at longer ranges. Number 4. 300 Winchester Magnum. The 300 Winchester Magnum is a powerhouse for Alaska's vast landscapes, where shots can stretch across open valleys or stop a charging bear. Hunters love its flat trajectory and hard-hitting energy, making it ideal for moose, caribou, and even brown bears. Pushing a 180-grain bullet at 2,960 feet per second with about 3,500 foot-pounds of energy, it stays accurate beyond 400 yards, perfect for tundra hunts. Outfitters call it a do-most caliber, capable of dropping big game while manageable for long treks to dull sheep country. Its high ballistic coefficient cuts through Alaska's windy conditions, ensuring your shot lands true. With premium bullets like Barnes TSX, it penetrates deeply, critical for ethical kills on tough animals. However, the 300 Win Mag's recoil is stout, which can tire or intimidate less experienced hunters during practice. Ammo is pricier and less common in remote Alaskan outposts compared to the 3006, so plan ahead. It's also overkill for smaller game like Sitka black-tailed deer, where lighter calibers shine. For safety, always use a quality scope to handle its power, and practice in wet, cold conditions to mimic Alaska's weather. The 300 Win Mag's blend of range and punch makes it a trusted choice, but only if you're confident in your shooting and carry enough ammo. Respect your rifle, store it securely, and never point it carelessly, especially in camp. Pros: flat trajectory, high energy for big game, great for long-range shots, reliable on bears. Cons: heavy recoil, expensive and less available ammo, overkill for smaller game. Number 3. 338 Winchester Magnum. When a brown bear charges through thick brush, the 338 Winchester Magnum is Alaska hunters' go-to for stopping power. This caliber is built for life-or-death moments, delivering a 225-grain bullet at 2,800 feet per second with nearly 3,900 foot-pounds of energy. It's a favorite among guides and locals for moose and grizzlies in close quarters, where a wounded animal can become a deadly threat. Its massive penetration over 3 feet in ballistic gel ensures it can punch through heavy bone and muscle, critical for ethical kills and personal safety. The Alaska Department of Fish and Game ranks it highly for big game, especially when field dressing draws curious bears. It's versatile enough for caribou too, though less ideal for long shots due to bullet drop. The downside? Its recoil is punishing, making practice tough for some, and it demands a strong stance to shoot accurately. Ammo is costly and harder to find in remote areas, so you'll need to pack enough. It's also heavy to carry on multi-day hunts, and the rifles chambered for it are often bulky, a challenge on steep sheep trails. For safe use, pair with a sturdy sling to keep your rifle secure while hiking, and always double-check your muzzle direction in tight terrain. The 338. Win Mag's raw power makes it a lifesaver in Alaska's wilds, but it requires skill and preparation to wield effectively. Respect its strength, treat every firearm as loaded, and keep your finger off the trigger until ready to fire. Pros: unmatched stopping power, ideal for bears and moose, deep penetration, guide approved. Cons: heavy recoil, expensive and scarce ammo, bulky rifles, less effective at long range. Number 2. 270 Winchester. For Alaska's high-altitude hunts, the 270 Winchester shines with its lightweight feel and laser-flat trajectory. Perfect for Dall sheep, caribou, and Sitka blacktail deer, it shoots a 130-grain bullet at 3,060 feet per second, delivering about 2,700 foot-pounds of energy. Its minimal recoil makes it a joy for long backpack hunts, where fatigue can ruin your aim. The Alaska Department of Fish and Game lists it as a top pick for lighter game, as it's deadly accurate up to 400 yards with only about 15 inches of drop, ideal for open tundra or mountain ridges. Hunters praise its ability to buck wind, ensuring clean shots in Alaska's gusty conditions. With premium bullets like Hornady SST, it's reliable for quick, humane kills. However, it's underpowered for brown bears, so it's not the best choice in grizzly country unless you're packing a heavier backup. Ammo availability can be spotty in remote areas, and while cheaper than Magnums, it's pricier than .30-06. Some hunters find its light bullets drift in extreme winds at very long ranges. For safety, use a scope suited for quick target acquisition, and practice kneeling or prone shots to mimic field conditions. The 270's precision and ease make it a favorite for specialized hunts, but know its limits and always store your rifle securely when not in use. Never assume a firearm is unloaded. Check it every time. Pros: light recoil, flat trajectory, ideal for sheep and caribou, accurate at long range. Cons: underpowered for bears, ammo less common, light bullets struggle in high winds. Number 1. 7mm Remington Magnum. Topping our list, the 7mm Remington Magnum is Alaska's unsung hero for its blend of speed, power, and range. This caliber excels in the state's wide-open spaces, firing a 160-grain bullet at 3,000 feet per second with about 3,200 foot-pounds of energy. It's a guide favorite for caribou, moose, and even grizzlies at mid-range, thanks to its high ballistic coefficient that cuts through wind for shots past 500 yards. Hunters on Kodiak Island swear by it for mixed-species hunts, as it balances bear-stopping power with long-range precision for fleeing game. With bullets like Nussler AccuBond, it ensures deep penetration and controlled expansion for ethical kills. Its recoil is manageable compared to the .338, making it easier to shoot accurately under pressure. However, ammo is expensive and not always stocked in remote Alaskan stores, so you'll need to plan carefully. It's also overkill for smaller game like blacktail deer, potentially wasting meat. Rifles chambered for it can be heavy, a drawback on long treks. For safe handling, use a quality scope and practice in wet, cold conditions to prepare for Alaska's weather. The 70mm Rem Mag's versatility makes it a top pick, but only if you master its capabilities and respect its power. Always keep your firearm pointed in a safe direction and store it unloaded when not hunting. Pros: excellent range, strong for moose and bears, wind-resistant, versatile for mixed hunts. Cons: expensive and scarce ammo, heavy rifles, overkill for small game. Those were 5 calibers that have earned a legendary reputation among Alaska hunters, not just for their power, but for the trust they inspire when the stakes are highest. Remember, this video is for educational and historical discussion only. If you enjoyed learning about these classic cartridges and their role in Alaska's hunting culture, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Which caliber do you think deserves the top spot? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.